In this video, I'll be sharing with you 5 books that have changed my mindset around personal and financial development. Let's jump right into it. Number 1, The 4-Hour Work Week. Now, this book, I've read it maybe 2, 3 times. This book has opened my interest around entrepreneurship. After being in the career field for 15, 16, 17 years, going, and you move as a nurse, moving from the bedside to the 9 to 5, then you're like, is this for real? Working until 60 before I start enjoying life. Is this life really? Where do I get the time to really enjoy all the things that I've achieved? Having only 3 weeks worth of vacation for one full year. And you're like, okay, you take 1 week here, you go to Jamaica for 2 weeks, then something happened, you have to travel again, or you have to go visit a family member in the States, and the vacation time just boom, just goes like that. While after reading the 4-Hour Work Week, it just interests me into starting this entrepreneurship journey, understanding that there is more to life. You can create the life you want, and you get to decide on how you create your life, acquiring more freedom and more flexibility. Within this book also, it highlights and speaks a lot around boundaries, how you set up your time. How, a lot of us, because we're in the corporate area, we think that we have to be on the computer, checking emails all the time, taking phone calls all the time. But how Tim set it up, he sets this thing up with automation, time blocking. You're checking your emails at a certain time throughout the day. You're taking phone calls at a certain time throughout the day. If you have a business, it shows you how you can just work 4 hours for that week, setting up your business with automation, having virtual assistants, and having other people in the back end working the business for you. It just opened my eyes to the many possibilities of how I can start creating, even taking, he calls it mini retirement, early retirement, mini vacations, just packing up and going away to enjoy doing the things that you like to do. Now, if you haven't read this book, I would advise you to go read it now. I have the link down below. Number 2 is Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I know you have heard me talking about this book on numerous occasions in my video, even in my last video here, where I spoke about the bad money habits. The rich will be richer and the poor will be poorer. I know you've heard this saying before. And that's exactly what Robert spoke about in this book. In this book, he characterized 2 dads, a rich dad and a poor dad. The My dad, is a normal way how we're all grown to go to school, get educated, get the job, get the car, pay the mortgage, and all acquiring all these debts, acquiring all these liabilities. While the other dad focuses on time control, making his money work for him. Not about how much you make, but how much you make your money work for you. So this was a book who opened up my eyes to financial literacy, which I also spoke about in my previous video. So if you are someone who has some bad money habits and you need to start educating yourself about financial literacy, open up your eyes about money mindset, how you can invest, and the things you can do to make your money work for you, now go get this book. And as I said, the link will be down below. Number 3, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Now, I know you might have heard about this book before, and in this book, you will have the belief that you can do anything you set your mind to do. The author interviewed several successful people, created his own blueprint with 3 key factors, which includes your desire. You have a burning desire to do something. You have a burning desire to achieve something. You have a burning desire to migrate, to relocate, to start that business. So that's the first thing, having that burning desire. Number 2 is to create a plan. can you achieve this desire? What are the pointers that you need to do? The steps. What do you need to do in step one, step two, step three? Who do you need? Who do you need? What are the resources that you will need to achieve this desire, this goal, this dream? And number three is unwavering focus, having a tunnel vision on that goal, having a tunnel vision on that plan, limiting distraction so you can keep focus on your pathway. At times, so with social media, it can be so distracting, taking us off track from our journey of where we want to go. You write down the goals, you have the vision, and you have everything in order to achieve that great desire. But then the devil just come social media. You see somebody doing something, and there comes comparison taking you off track from your desires, from your goals. Now, with these three principles, having these three principles making you think differently and having the faith to believe that you can do anything you set your mind to do. Now, if you're enjoying this video, let me know, hit the like button and drop it below in the comments another book that you have read that you think would add to my collection of my favorite personal and financial development books. Now, let's jump into number 4, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, this is an older book, sold over 40 copies, but I think this was the very first personal development book I read. And it blew my mind. When I started reading this book, I was so hooked, I could not put it down. And by the way, I read most of my books through Amazon Audible. I do not like reading. Let me rephrase that. I did not like reading because I found it so challenging just to sit and read, just to sit myself down to read a book. I am more the outgoing person and doing things, busybody, doing stuff. But I found with Amazon, with Audible or Kindle, then you can listen to it. So while I'm doing stuff around the house, then I can just easily put my earbuds in and I listen to my book. So that's how I got into my new habit of reading books. Are you that type of person? Do you like reading your physical copy or listening to Audible? Let me know in the comments. I was so intrigued with this book. How it started off as you're attending a funeral and you're sitting at the back and they're reading the eulogy. And that funeral is your funeral. Now, what would you want your eulogy to be when you die? And that's how the book started off, and I found it so interesting. And that was a book that changed my whole life, my whole mindset, my whole thoughts of leaving a legacy behind, being impactful, using all my skills, my gifts, my expertise, being purposeful in sharing my information, impacting, not just living life for myself or for my family, but impacting, make it a purpose, make it a mission to impact other people on a daily basis, whether that's at work, whether it's on social media, whether it's family, friends, loved ones, but being intentional about it. And as I said, this book is an older book, but it has some very, very essential personal development factors that does not go old. And this author uses his own personal life experiences, life stories with his family, his child. It is so interesting. I'm not going to tell you any more about it. Go get it now. You will not regret it at all. And as all the others, I will list it down below. Book number 5, The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. Now, as you know, I'm a real estate sales representative, so I started reading this book not only for myself, but educating myself so like my clients, I can help my clients when it comes on to real estate investing. So if you are thinking about real estate investing now or anytime soon in the future, I would recommend for you to go and start reading this book. Because with this book, it will take you step by step and guide you how to get started on your real estate investment journey. Then you can then contact me to help you with your real estate investing property. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for my next video. You can go ahead and watch my last video here where I spoke about the 5 money habits. Bye for now.